It has the texture of the stalk of a broccoli and the flavour of a zucchini. G'day guys, it's Thanh the Fruit Nerd. Now we're here at Melbourne University's Burnley Horticulture campus, and behind these Narnia gates, we're gonna find a fruit that could be growing in your neighbourhood. Let's go find it. So here we are. If you don't know what this is, Anthony Albanese does.
This government couldn't run a choko vine up a back fence.
This is a choko fruit, and this is a choko vine. Now this choko vine has completely engulfed this banana plant, just like choko vines have engulfed backyard fences, dunnies and garages across the coastal cities of Australia. Now we call it the choko here in Australia, but in other parts of the world, such as Mexico, where it originates from, it's more commonly known as the chayote. So even though the choko looks like a green pear, it has the texture of the stalk of a broccoli and the flavour of a zucchini. So it's kind of like a savoury fruit. So this is a fully matured grown choko, and this is a young tender choko. Its skin is much thinner and it can be eaten raw or in a salad. That's quite sweet, like broccoli. So this is the real choko, but it shouldn't be confused with the false choko, which is the common moth vine. Now the moth vine and the fruit is much lighter. This is only about 50 grams. This is about 300 to 500 grams. Now the moth vine can be poisonous. The latex that comes from the skin isn't edible, so don't get them confused. Now also with the choko, it's got quite a loby leaf. It's quite nice and big and large, like a grapevine if you will, whilst the moth vine has a very small ovate leaf. So for me, I grew up eating sul sul, which is what we call it in Vietnamese. My mum would make a simple stir fry in 5 minutes with just some vegetable oil, shallots, garlic, fish sauce, salt and sugar. So how do you cook them? Well, I cut them in half and then I usually remove the seed. If the seed hasn't grown that much, you can actually eat it and it is quite nutty. And I also remove and peel the skin because there is a little bit of tannin in it. Now importantly, when stir frying chokos, it's important to cook it for about 5 minutes because the flesh will turn slightly translucent and the raw flavour will give way to the more savouriness of the fruit. So not only are the fruits edible, but the shoots are too. So if you get the young shoots and you just you stir fry them gently, it'll break down a bit of the fibre and they're really sweet and savoury. What you might find at the shops are the more smooth skin variety chokos. But if you find one in your neighbourhood, they might be a little bit more spiky and wild because most of the wild grown chokos are the spikier variety, but the commercially grown ones are very smooth and easy to peel. So if you want to grow a choko vine in your own backyard, it's really simple. All you've got to do is buy the fruit and let it shoot itself because chokos are viviparous, which means it'll shoot from the seed from the inside. Now, you can just leave this at home on the table for a few weeks and you'll notice it start to shoot. I would say plant it in a pot and leave it inside your home and then take it out and plant it outside in spring, not in winter, because chokos can be really sensitive to frost. So I hope you're inspired to cook some chokos or even grow your own. Catch you later.